morning, it's Sunday, third day here in Budapest. Today I'm going to be taking a tour based in and about the Jewish district. So we're now entering the Jewish district, which is not too far from where we were before. There was a big flood here about 180 years ago. It destroyed a lot of the property. You can see now that what they did is they built on top of the original houses and apartments here. So you can see the first 2 floors there is original. Everything above that was built about 150 years ago. This is some street art of the original town hall that stood here up until World War II, I believe, when it was completely destroyed. This wall you can see here, behind this bush, that's where the original city wall was. So we're now just outside the original city. So we've just arrived at the Grand Synagogue. This is the largest synagogue in Europe.
Have you heard of the Holy Temple? Holy Temple is progressively I'm telling it's temple is even more important than a synagogue. It's like a full faith synagogue. It was built actually a town.
So this was the place that Theodor Herzl was born. A Hungarian that created the political movement known as Zionism, which is the belief that all Jews should live together in a single state, and that state being Israel. This is where the wall of the former Jewish ghetto stood. The Jewish ghetto existed here for just 6 weeks. Hungary, of course, were on the side of the Nazis for most of World War II, but switched sides later on. That's why they were occupied, and that's why we have a Jewish ghetto here. This is a memorial to the 600,000 Hungarian Jews that were murdered in the Holocaust. This is a mural of a famous Hungarian invention, the Rubik's Cube. And you can only see it as good as this when you take a picture of it. So when you see it with the naked eye, it doesn't look hugely like a Rubik's Cube. But when you video or photograph it, it does. Another famous mural is here. This is a famous day in Hungarian football. They beat England in 1953, 6-3 at Wembley Stadium. This is synagogue number 2, closed down during the communist years here and put into state ownership like most of the buildings. Across the road here is a mural of Princess Sissi. She was popular here when the Austrians ruled during the times of the Austrian-Hungarian Empire.
It's first track that movie. Another movie shot here was Spygate with Robert Redford and Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt was chased by the KGB in a Trabant in an East German
This is the third and final synagogue of the tour. Quite a conservative one, that one. Very strict in rules. Men and women have to be separated. No eating inside, no drinking inside. heading now, I think, to the market. Right, so we're now heading into the Szimpla bar. Well, this is a really unique place, I love it. Doesn't get much more authentic than this, I don't think. So I've just got myself a 3 p.m. tour inside this place, the Hungarian State Opera. This building has been ranked as having the 3rd best acoustics in Europe, after Milan in 1st place and Paris in 2nd place. So this building was financed by the king of the Austrian-Hungarian Empire with one stipulation: they couldn't make it bigger than the Opera House in Vienna. This is called the King's Entrance, an entrance designed just for the king. So the king would walk up the royal staircase and he'd come in through this room into the royal box. If you're wondering why there's no seats down on the floor, it's because renovations have just started to update the opera. It's closed for about 18 months, so there's no performances here, just tours. And at the top is the original chandelier. Originally it was gaslight, now it's light bulbs. This is the bar. The architect apparently was heavily inspired by Italian palaces. The walls are very similar to marble. They're painted actually, but painted to look like marble. That was really good. Finished off by a little mini concert at the end there of 2 songs.